And we have an active movement going on right now in New Hampshire to establish ranked choice voting for the presidential campaigns. And so just make sure everybody understands what this would mean. It would mean you go into the ballot box at the primary and you would say, I'm for so-and-so first, maybe people here might say Yang first, and I'm for so-and-so second, and I'm for so-and-so third. And then if your first choice doesn't happen to get more than 15% of the vote, which is the cutoff to get delegates in New Hampshire, then your second choice would be counted. And if your second choice doesn't get that vote, then your third choice would be counted. And the process, of course, would therefore give us candidates that most Democrats actually are behind, as opposed to giving us a list of candidates, each who gets 10, 20, 30, 40% of the vote. So you've announced your support for this idea. And I wonder if you could explain to us why you think that helps our democracy to have something like ranked choice in the system.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of ranked choice voting. And if you, oh good. I'm for other things you like too. So, I mean, right now our process is, it's like this first past the post system. It ends up squelching diversity of perspectives. And what happens, and you'll hear this every cycle, where it's like, don't waste your vote, don't waste your vote. And so maybe you like this person, but that person might not have like a 51% chance of winning, and so people are like, oh, like, don't do it, don't do it. And so you end up not expressing your true preference, and then you say, okay, I'm going to end up voting for this person instead. So what that means in practice is it ends up rewarding and protecting incumbents. It makes it harder for third parties to arise. And in the extremes, it can even completely change the result from something that the majority of voters intended. Let's say, for example, Donald Trump in the last cycle, where there was a whole slew of Republicans, and he might have been the last choice of a lot of people who went to other candidates. And in a ranked choice system, he might not have performed as well, because a lot of people wouldn't have necessarily had them as their second choice. So it's huge. It would be a huge increase in the efficacy of our democracy in terms of its actual representing the will of the people if we were to have ranked choice voting and you could express your true preferences.